I have some things that I want to talk about today. My uncle transitioned, and it's tough holding your mother while she's crying and she's just like sobbing. It gives you a sense of deep introspection. That's her brother, you know? Like, that's someone she's known for her whole life. And now their physical is not there. And I feel like my understanding of death and life and just the whole physical being are so much so that the physical is just a vessel for your spirit, that just because the physical has been laying to rest doesn't mean that you have to be sad about it, because it's just a part of the life cycle. And a part of me feels like that's almost inappropriate to say, because people are so sensitive about death. People are so sensitive about death, but they say they believe in God and they say they believe in heaven, but they get sad. And that's when you realize that it really is more for their own personal loss than it is for the life of that person ending. And that's okay, because at any real point in time, if you're not directly in contact with someone, they're just a thought in your mind. They're a feeling, like how they made you feel in the past and how you have that connection with that person. So it's like you always have them with you, even when their physical isn't there. And a part of us knows that, and we choose to focus more on the physical being laid to rest into the earth than we do the joy that brings. Knowing that you always, since you met that person, you always had them with you, and you always will, because they're in your mind. And now we have videos and pictures. I think that's a beautiful thing. And my thoughts about her are that it's joy for my uncle being in the presence of the Creator. Like, I just think that's just one of the most peaceful places. You gotta look up FKJ, and he has a mix on YouTube where he's at, I want to say it's like Playa del Sol. It's a salt plain in South America, and it looks like heaven. Like, that's what I imagine. He's just sitting there chilling, like, whatever. I don't even know him like that, so I don't even know what he would want to do in heaven. You feel me? He was diagnosed schizophrenic with schizophrenia, and he was going like in and out of assisted living places, and that's about all I know. And occasionally my mom would get calls from him, and I talked to him a few times this past year. He had certain feelings about the government because he was in the army. He was just a goofy. I thought he was hilarious, honestly. And I think it's just, one of the things that does come up that is kind of sad is that I feel like nobody really gave him the time of day, like not many people in my family really, including myself. But that was just kind of the thing. It's like, oh, Uncle Bob, like, And you know, no tea or shade. I just feel like it's more of that. There's gonna be a lot of, dang, I wish I would have paid a little more attention. And just like, I feel like I have plenty of good memories of him. You feel me? Like, and that's why I'm not torn up about this. Like, I'm at peace with how I had a relationship with my uncle. But there are other people in my family that might be carrying heavier grievances, and no, that's because it is really all based on the experience that that person gave you with their self, like the way that you guys interacted. It's not about the physical, because you're going to think about those things for the rest of your life. Anytime that person's name is brought up, anytime you have any type of recognition of that person available to you, you're going to immediately imagine them and go back through those sense memories. And if you aren't at peace with people that are at peace, that's heavy. And I don't have that because I'm light. And that's all right, you know? And I want to send love to my family and his family, his direct family. And my mom saying we're probably going to go up there. Or maybe just her, because I don't really know how the finance stuff is going. So, yeah, that's why I really am pursuing this with all my intention, and pursuing this art shop with all of my intention. I want to be a contributor to my family. I don't want to be just getting dragged around, you know? You know, I feel like there's so much value that I add to the world, and it's not being put in the proper places, and this feels like the proper place. Because, yeah, I'm really putting everything into this. So we're gonna be going up maybe to Chicago, depending on when they're doing the funeral, which is probably gonna be in a couple of weeks, if not a couple of days. Yeah, I would like to contribute something, you know, you feel me? That's why you can help me out. That's why you can help me out and go over to Patreon and get empowered and know that you are enough. You are so enough that someone is going to remember you for the rest of their life. Someone is going to remember you for the rest of their life. Like, I know concepts like that have been done in like Coco, and that's the most recent thing I could think of. The animated movie where he goes back and it's like, yeah, to keep the memory alive. And I want that to be the very best memory that it can be for you, because that's what I'm aiming for myself. And I'm just like, if more people aim to be the best memory that they could be, the world would be such a much better place if people took the time to be a better memory for someone else. And I believe that you're enough to do that. And I want you to have that reminder every day, just sitting, chilling in your space, in your face all the time, because you have goals, you have dreams, you have intentions, you have ambition. And I want you to get all that you deserve and all that you desire. All that is meant for you, I want you to have it. And you are enough to receive it. Facts. You are enough. You want to know why? Because you're unique. You want to know why? Because you're just right. You are just right. Because things are working for your good. Just love. Look at all that love. And then you go tell yourself that you love yourself. Remind yourself all the time, I love this thing. I love it so much. It reminds me that I'm enough. That I'm enough just because I exist in people's memories in a positive way.